Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about 3 tips on how you can develop social skills in the IT world. So I'm going to be assuming you work in IT, maybe you're a software engineer, maybe you're in DevOps, you do something with tech, okay? Now this video will apply to you even if you don't work in tech, but it's going to be kind of tailored to people that work in technology. So anybody that works in tech, whether you're working from home or in the office or what have you, if you work in tech, this video is for you. And like I said, it's going to be 3 tips on how you can get better with your social skills, charisma, enthusiasm, all that good stuff, so that you can live a better life. All right, now let's jump right into these because I don't like to waste a lot of time. Tip number 1, it is to read Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I first read this book back in, I want to say 2015, and it is life-changing. I don't say that very often when it comes to books, and I am an avid reader, but the principles in that book will help you go from feeling shy or awkward or maybe feeling like conversations are one-sided to truly understanding the inner workings of other people as you socialize with them. What's also great about Dale Carnegie's book is that he backs up a lot of the evidence with stories. So for me personally, I'm a big fan of that because we learn best with stories. I don't know if you guys read, maybe you do audiobooks, but have you ever read a book or looked at the book summary? They're very different because the book summary focuses on the principles, which can help, but the book gives you stories. At least this one does. And it helps you cement a lot of that logic in because you see examples of the best practices that Dale Carnegie mentions in the real world, which is what you want, right? You want practical advice for the real world. So, tip number 1, make Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. Make that your Bible. That's got to be your go-to book. Anytime you have questions, you're wondering, how do I get better with listening? How do I become more empathetic? How do I handle criticism? How do I give feedback to somebody? All areas of social skills, that book has it. I promise you, you will not regret it, okay? That is tip number 1. Tip number 2, some of you may not like this, but if you work in tech, you're probably wearing headphones a lot. All right, and I understand how that is. I used to code myself for 5 years. I used to love wearing headphones. You get in the zone, you got tunnel vision, you're just doing your thing. I get that. But if this is an area that you want to improve, hey, you got to take your headphones off. That's the only way you're going to get better. Take your headphones off. Take them damn things off so that, for a few reasons, so that, number 1, people are going to potentially approach you with conversations. If you got your headphones on, yeah, no one's going to want to talk to you. So take the damn things off so people can come talk to you and you can work on these social skills, all right? Number 2, when you have your headphones off, you're able to recognize patterns in the way people speak in the office, right? Or if you're in a coffee shop or what have you. But you're able to recognize patterns, and maybe that can help fill in the gaps within some of your knowledge. But if you just have your headphones on, you are blocking the outside world. How are you going to get better if you're blocking the outside world? No, you need the world to come in, right? And then part of another benefit when you take off the headphones is that you potentially are open to hearing about conversations and topics that you may be really interested in, right? And that allows you a moment to interject with somebody. Maybe somebody's walking by and they're talking about, I don't know, they're talking about painting or something, and you just recently painted your house and you realize what a struggle that is, right? So that gives you the opportunity to jump in and have that conversation, build that connection, what have you, right? So take the damn headphones off. It will do you good, I promise you. If you're not used to that, you don't gotta go ham now, right? You don't gotta go black and white here. You don't have to just never wear headphones again. If you're wearing them 8 hours a day, wear them 6 hours, then wear them 5 hours and 4 hours and so on and so forth. Still be you, still have fun. I'm not going to recommend any advice where I want you to change who you are. Be you. Just meet me halfway here, and it's going to do you good in the long run, okay? I promise you. So tip number 2, take off your headphones. Tip number 3. Go in the office if you have the luxury of working in an office. Many of us are remote these days, and I understand it was kind of cool. You like to work from home so you can, do your laundry or whatever the hell you were doing. But if you have the luxury of being able to have the option of working in office, you need to take advantage of that, right? How are you going to get better with your social skills, your soft skills, your ability to persuade and be witty and funny and have charisma and have good energy? How are you going to get better with that when you're at home all day long? No, you can't. And if you're working at a coffee shop, that's a step above, but more than likely you're not proactive in talking with other people at the coffee shop. If I were to guess, you probably got your headphones on the entire time at the coffee shop. Am I right? So what I would recommend is go in the office if you have that luxury. And yes, it is a luxury, like I said. So take advantage of that, because let me tell you something. These days, the way tech is going, we're going to be more and more isolated. I just saw an article the other day on loneliness and how that's a big epidemic in our society. So take advantage if you have the option of going in the office. I get it. Maybe the commute sucks. Maybe you hate your coworkers. Well, reframe that, right? Turn your commute into a mobile classroom where you can read, listen to podcasts. You hate your coworkers? Reframe that. I can get better with my patients. I can allow people to be around me even if I'm not their biggest fan, or even if I don't really care much for them, or what have you, right? Reframe that. We'll have a separate video on reframing, but for now, go in the office if you have that luxury, okay? Those are the 3 tips, but I have a bonus tip for you if you are an avid reader like myself. Bible number 1 was Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Bible number 2, Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. This book is phenomenal, all right? And what's great about Cal's book is he really persuades you on getting off of not only social media, but technology in general. And when you do that, as a byproduct, you have to be put in more situations where you're conversing with other humans. And when you do that, then as a byproduct of that, you get better with your soft skills and what have you. So one thing leads to another. But like I said, what's great about his book is that it's very, very persuasive. After you read it, you're going to be like, what the hell am I doing? Picking up my phone 752 times a day. So I need to stop that. So read his book. It's very motivating, inspiring. It's going to help you and inspire you to be a better version of yourself. And it's going to put you in a position where you will be able to have conversations with people more often and not use technology as much, so that you can work on these relationships and these soft skills and be the person that you want to be. I know how it is. I get it. It can be frustrating. It can be a little bit embarrassing at times. Maybe you feel really, really awkward at times if you're in conversations with friends, on a date, you're with family, coworkers, what have you. But that is the second Bible I would read if I were you, okay? So to recap on the 3/4 tips. Number 1, read Dale Carnegie's book. That's step 1. Have that. Have the Kindle version as well. That's personally, I like to do that with books that I like. I like to have a hard copy and the Kindle version. Do whatever suits you. Listen, if you're tripping off $15 for a book, you need to stop. Stop watching this video, okay? I'm talking about a book that can change your life. These days, a lunch costs $15. Buy the damn book, all right? That's tip number 1. Tip number 2. Take off your headphones, all right? I know you like to wear the headphones. Take them off. You're not going to get better with your social skills if you keep wearing your headphones. That's like trying to get better at running, but you never run. You're going to be like, that doesn't even make sense. So stop. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, go in the office if you have that luxury. If not, at least go to a coffee shop, a workspace, somewhere where there's good energy. At least maybe then you can talk with a few people, have some small talk, stuff like that. So that's what I would do. And then tip number 4, the bonus tip, read Cal Newport's book, Digital Minimalism. Like I said, that is one of my favorite books. Bible number 2, it's very persuasive. I think if you read both of these books, you're going to feel really, really good. All right. And I promise you, if you do these steps, I promise you 1, 2, 3 months from now, maximum, you will be a completely different person. But you have to take these steps. You have to take these steps seriously. If you enjoyed this video, I have a free ebook for you. It's called 5 Habits of the Best Conversationalists. I think it's going to be really helpful if you're somebody that really likes a lot of tactical advice, a lot of practicality, a lot of pragmatic stuff. Check out the ebook. The link is in the description. It's completely free. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any other suggestions for videos or something that you're really struggling with, let me know that as well so I can make a video just for you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Take it easy. Bye-bye.